to my prayers. Yeah.
Swear to God, we suck! 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 Oh no! We suck again!
Rolling.
Yeah, let's get started. This is called We Suck. We are Andrew and Alex. I'm Alex.
I'm Andrew.
And this is a podcast about the worst teams in the NFL, the worst players, organizations, all the dumpster fires you've come to know and love.
Yeah, the ones you're stuck with your entire life. Just, I don't know why you made the decision of following that team, but...
Maybe you were born into it.
Maybe, if you're unfortunately born into it, yeah, I guess that would be unlucky. But then, then there's other people that choose to suffer with their teams as well. But
yeah, I mean, we all make a choice.
Yeah.
We make that choice and we stick with it. Sometimes we stick with a team like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Sometimes we stick with, Minnesota Vikings, who I just watched lose spectacularly. Or my team, the New York Giants.
Yeah.
Different kind of suck.
And not the same level, but yes, but there's a general amount of hate and love that's going on as well with them. So
Yeah.
So this is about the little cover teams of the NFL, the teams that don't get enough credit because they don't deserve any of it. But
well put. Yeah, I mean, this is about the less covered teams. I mean, some of these teams are well covered. I mean, now that you have Jameis, your team's going to be covered to death, probably to its detriment.
Yeah, it's not exactly the best attention. Yeah, that was fucking awful.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to get to some Jameis stuff a little later in the episode, and we're going to get to some great, sweet Dallas v. New York stuff later in the episode. We're both real sad this week, guys, and I think you should get used to that theme of us being pretty sad.
Sad and hungover.
Yeah. Hungover and sad. Sad and hungover.
Really hungover.
Just round and round we'll go.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I could barely form words around 6 o'clock in the evening by then, because that was just a fucking... Man, if you want a dumpster fire game, that was fucking insane. That was bonkers. That was a bonkers ass fucking game.
It's one of those things where I think Jameis, the expectations were so high that when you see that first pass go out and it's intercepted, it's like you're shocked, and then you're like, well, of course that happened.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised about it. Like, I know, all I know is that if there are going to be 50 interceptions this season, at least even it out with like 50 touchdowns. That's just keep it even. Keep it 1-1. That's all I ask, because I know there's going to be a shitload of fucking interceptions. It's going to be a disaster of epic proportions when Jameis is just going to be chucking it up all the time, especially when we're down anyways, up to the fourth quarter. We're trying to make it back. Like, it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty.
Oh, I think we know that.
Yeah, but it first year, it's all right. I'm already in like, oh man, this.
I like that you said I'm all right. Did you say it's all right or I'm all right?
I don't know. What did I say? Like,
if you said
like a
I'm all
Freudian
right,
complex on that. Yeah,
I don't believe that you're all right.
Yeah,
I believe that it's probably all right.
Yeah, Freudian slip there. Yeah, that's bad. Yeah, that's like we're already in depressing state.
Yeah, this is what depression sounds like. I can hear it in your voice. I'm trying to mask it in my voice. See, I do this thing where I'm like, everything's great. This is my announcer voice. But inside, I sound like you.
I'm dead.
Yeah. I'm dead inside, guys. Just so dead. Yeah, this isn't a show. This isn't a show for Dallas fans or Green Bay fans. I mean, this is not... And let's talk about Patriot fans, and that'll come up later in the episode. This isn't their show. This is our show. This isn't a show for the winners out there.
I don't think they have a problem with that.
No.
With all their winning.
No.
Yeah.
Nor do they have a problem being excluded from this show.
Yeah, I really don't. Gonna get a stern letter from Robert Kraft.
Yeah. And we're not. You know what? We're excluding these teams from the show, but we're not at the same time. We're gonna have a segment later on in the show, pretty soon actually, where we have a friend of ours, a Patriots fan, come on.
First segment.
Yeah, our first segment.
And it's going to be about a team that actually wins.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
It's almost on theme.
Yeah, it is.
Once you hear the segment, I think you'll feel that it fits.
Yeah, it's all the hate that we all feel at the same. It's all collective hate.
Yeah, it's hate for them, hate for ourselves. Wow, this is it goes round and round, that hate.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited just to hear the Patriots' defense of their cheating, of their endless underhanded tactics. I can't wait to hear our friend Kyle talk about this. It's just so exciting.
I can't wait for my fucking jaw to hit the fucking floor.
Yeah. I think there will be a jaw-dropping defense of the Patriots. I can't imagine that it won't be shocking. Just like all the cheating that goes on in that organization. Just shocking.
Ooh.
Burn.
Ooh, spicy.
Sick burn. Yeah, we have Kyle coming up. He's a Patriots fan. He's going to tell us all about how the Patriots are not cheaters, or if they are, why it's okay. And it's our first segment.
I think the latter is more of the actual defense usually.
That it's okay.
That it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay because it doesn't matter. It's okay because it doesn't matter.
I almost tend to agree with that, but I'm feeling pretty fatalist right now. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Let's get into Kyle's segment. I was about to say let's get into Kyle, but that's dirty. We're lucky to be here with our good friend Kyle Morrison, a New England Pats fan.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my God, we are so excited to have you on. And I think every so often we'll maybe have you on just to talk about your wonderful New England Patriots and how they love playing the game of football and how much we love watching them. I think
Legitimate game of football. Yeah, just the cleanest game of football.
The American way.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they do play football the American way. I'm glad you said that.
Only way to get to the fucking top. Yeah.
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 Well,
Yeah.
I guess we'll preface things with we live in a capitalist democracy where the most important thing is winning. The most important thing is making money.
Amen.
Okay?
Right. Yeah.
All right.
And you gotta do whatever you gotta do to get to that point, including stealing playbooks and I mean what are you gonna do?
I want to know what side of things you come down on that. A lot of us come out this year.
Yeah.
In the last week, actually, and specifically they stole some play sheets potentially. They went through some garbage at hotels. Do you believe that? Is that something you believe happened?
I'm gonna tell you something I think about the NFL real quick, because as I'm a completely dedicated, watch every game fan, but I also have this theory that the NFL in America is us pretending that we're Vulcans, but we're actually Klingons. It's us claiming that we're the Starks, but we're actually Dothrakis. Here we are, we have this game where grown men bludgeon each other, and they rip their eyeballs out, they're bleeding on the field, and we have women in nothing, just scantily clad women shaking their their tails and everything, and we have jet fighters, which literally we use to murder people, fly over the stadium.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
it looks pretty fucking
that's
sweet,
that's very Viking of us, and very Klingon, and
very Dothraki.
very Dothraki. So why not just run with it?
You're saying lean into it.
I'm saying lean into it. I'm saying animal sacrifices at halftime. I'm saying at the end of the game, the winning quarterback gets to fuck the hottest cheerleader from the other team, or pop star of his choice on the 50-yard line. All televised live on NBC. That's what I'm saying.
Wow.
If we're gonna have the military.
This is halftime or post game, or this is post game?
Everything. The priest. In the beginning we have the stretch up the flag and we have the Jets. Why don't we slaughter some enemies or something? You know what I mean? I don't know. I've been holding this back for a long time. I wanted to share it with somebody.
But no, public executions would be appropriate.
It's just
at some point.
Because we pretend.
We'd probably save a lot of money.
Ray Rice knocked the hell out of his wife, then dragged her through a door. And when he apologized, he goes, "Yeah, I shouldn't have dragged her through the door." He didn't apologize for knocking her in the head. He said, "I shouldn't have dragged her through the door." So if we're gonna, but we go, Ray Rice shouldn't hit women, and this guy shouldn't, Adrian shouldn't hit his kid. But then in the meantime, we're promoting fucking bombing people and just beating other men. Today, a guy from the Bengals took a dude from the Raiders.
Yeah, it was Pac-Man Jones.
It was Jones. He slammed his head into a helmet.
That was insane.
So let's just go throw.
That was the most new, unique, inventive way of.
So why not just go full Dothraki, man?
Yeah.
I think
Full bar fight in the NFL games. Full bar fight mode.
if a referee makes a mistake, the kicker gets to nail him in the balls.
I think I think we're at that point because Pac-Man Jones was not ejected.
He should
Nothing
have
even
been.
happened, dude.
Yeah.
His coach was like, "Don't do that again."
They're like, motherfucker.
I wonder what that fine's gonna be though. I'm curious. Holy shit.
I don't know how you don't suspend him.
I mean,
that.
I
That's
think you should
insane.
be.
I
I know
mean,
we're talking about
we
leaning
basically-
into
dude,
this.
dude,
but
We
you
basically
can't.
basically are Dothraki if we are basically.
Dude, they
saying,
would-
Oh, you can rip his helmet off and then smash his head
Into his helmet.
into his helmet.
Dude,
yeah.
I think that's even a penalty in hockey.
Yeah, even there.
Good point. And hockey's the most Dothraki sport there is.
Oh yeah. Whack a guy with a stick. That's a rule. An acceptable rule in hockey is you can get 2 minutes
Right, to
for hit a
slug
guy with a
each other
stick.
in the
That's
face.
it. It's just go sit over there for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So
Oh, you knocked his teeth out?
Yeah.
For them?
Yeah.
That's okay. 2 minutes.
I'm just saying, let's just balance out. If everyone's going to be up in arms about, deflating footballs, we should be more up in arms about, kicking a guy in the teeth. But if we're not going to really get upset about that, we shouldn't get upset about anything, is my point. It's all fair play. We're all trying to win.
This is the most elegant
I know. Really.
fucking Patriots deflection of their cheating, dirty fucking ways.
It's an elegant defense. Elegant.
I've never actually been approached in that way by a Patriots fan that had to put themselves on a cross, and that was so clean.
Let me give you one more.
That's
this might not work.
Let me just butter you up.
It might be
a little bit more.
It might be too political, but here's an example.
I love
let's say
that the deflections just get even more political too.
Because people are upset that we broke a rule. That's what people are upset about. You broke a rule. Whether or not you got away with it or not, you're upset that we broke a rule.
Mm-hmm.
But let's say, for example, I don't know, we bombed someone in Pakistan, right?
Yeah.
A lot of those same guys who are like, you guys broke a rule, you're fucked, are like, we bombed a school in Pakistan. Great. Well, that's breaking rules. Whether or not there was a bad guy, we got rules. You sign up rules to do a war. You sign up rules to, some people have to say you can do this. The
Yeah,
president, the Congress. So we're breaking a rule.
But
people love to fucking pick what rule we can break.
Exactly, but Kyle, there are no more international rules of conduct in terms of, conflict, but there are still rules in football.
Again, I admire
it.
the deflection to international politics.
I admire it too. I think you might consider it law.
To foreign policy.
Well, let's just put it this way. Let's say we find out.
You said it just in a much more elegant way.
Let's say we find out that Eli Manning's been putting chili powder in his opponent's jock strap, right? That could happen.
That fucking
And what are you gonna
devil.
And you're gonna be oh, Eli Manning's an asshole, and the Giants are scumbags. You're gonna go, no, it's a good idea. I bet he messed him up pretty good with that one.
I'd be proud of Eli if he had an idea that good. Be so proud.
There you go.
That
Enough
might
said.
be more effective than actually Spygate itself.
Well,
Pouring chili powder in
Spygate
there, yeah.
apparently was not even more than 50% effective.
Yeah. So maybe
Apparently.
maybe every team needs to just pour chili powder in the opposing team's pants.
Is that the Dothraki way?
That'd be the Dothraki way.
Wow, yeah. Yeah, itchy balls.
It's all right. One more comment.
Okay.
I played youth football and high school football, and there wasn't a single day that went by that someone didn't teach me to do something that would give me an unfair advantage, right? Especially I was an undersized lineman and linebacker, would be well, if you punch him in the stomach right before the snap, or if you reach up his pads and squeeze his tits, or, watch for the other, whatever, you know what I mean? It's day after day from a young age, you're taught to, do the most awful things to have an advantage. And I just don't think that ends when you get paid a lot of money to do it. I was listening to sports talk radio the other day, AM 570 on your dial, and they had Drew Bledsoe on. The once great
American
Patriots
hero.
quarterback
Mhm.
who has no reason to like the Patriots.
Yeah,
They
they dumped
let him go.
Yeah, they dumped
He
him.
was still healthy enough. He won us the AFC Championship game that last year. And he's on the radio, and he's the guy on the radio said, what's your opinion about this? He's like, I think the NFL is unfair to the Patriots. I think they were very harsh to this rule. I think they went after him for no reason, and I don't like it. And here's a guy who has no reason to defend him at all. Zero reason. Unless Bob Kraft orders, 5 barrels of wine a year from him or something.
I think
no reason. And I think that
I
says
think he's
it all.
got enough money to do that for everybody in New England. So maybe you're all drinking the same fucking wine.
Whatever wine it is that you,
Yeah.
it must make you guys really love being strapped to that cross.
Do you get that shit shipped to you in Los Angeles, like straight from the Kraft fucking vineyard? Like, is that labeled to you? To the Morrison family, thank you, love Robert Kraft.
It's
just
made-
stay on our PS, like, just say we didn't cheat.
It's brewed with the waters of the Charles River.
It's called Nailed to the Cross Chardonnay.
Well, let's close it up
Yeah, okay.
before I become a Patriots fan.
I'm getting close. I hope my dad never listens to this.
Yeah, that was pretty fucking convincing. That's some elegant ass shit. Besides,
We should have got a dumber
Like-
Patriots fan in here.
Yeah,
You just have to look at
I
every-
wanted somebody to come here and go haters want to hate.
That's as good enough a place to end as any other place. So
please.
it was great to have you here.
Thanks
Kyle.
for having me. It
Oh
was
my
a lot of
god,
fun. Thanks.
this
We'll
is
let
great.
you bleed out on the cross. Yeah.
Somewhere else.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we'll walk away now.
Well, that was real great talking to Kyle.
Thanks, Kyle.
Just fantastic. And yes, thank you, Kyle. Thanks for
That-
coming out.
All made sense.
I think so. I think if we listen back, it might make some sense. I don't know. I remember there's something about Dothraki in there. There's some things that might line up, might not. I don't know.
The Dothraki defense was the first time I've ever heard that. That was good. That was.
Well, of course it was the first time
yes.
you've ever heard the Dothraki offense. I mean, wait, offense, defense. The first time you've
Yeah.
ever heard the Dothraki defense. Absolutely.
But now that we're done actually talking about teams that don't need any more attention, let's talk about the Giants game.
Yeah, well, let's talk about the Giants game. Sure. Why not talk about the Giants game? We can talk about how the Giants almost had it. We can talk about, well, I don't know, the fact that they had 17 points on 3 Dallas turnovers. Was it luck? Were we really in that game?
Yeah, 17 points on
Yeah.
3 turnovers.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's...
That's how you guys kept up in that game because that offense was really pathetic at times.
Yeah.
I mean, Odell Beckham was putting some effort in, but he
was
obviously
shut
he
down
had
in the
double
beginning.
coverage
Yeah.
in the very beginning.
we don't have Victor Cruz.
It happened at the end of the season too. They figured it out. Victor Cruz is out again. So,
Yeah.
so basically, this is just week 18, right?
Yeah, I mean, except now...
Of 2014.
Yeah, except I started this game with hope, whereas by week 18, I was like, well, fuck it. I mean, it would be week 16, rather.
Right. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. We had some hope at the beginning of this game. I actually was convinced we were going to lose regardless because I'm a rational fan, more rational than you, which the listeners of the show will come to realize.
Well, yeah. That's only based out of necessity, but it's a survival instinct. It's not like it's not like it's like an injured animal. Like an injured wild animal. Like the more they're hurt, like
The more hope they have? Do animals have hope?
no, but they're just gonna be rabid.
Oh, okay.
Like fuck walks up to like an injured fucking animal, like it's gonna be pissed off. Yeah.
Andrew Nicholson, rabbit squirrel.
Yeah.
See, I'm different in that, and maybe it's like the nebbish Jew in me. I don't know. I'm a skeptical human being. I'm always down. I seem up, but I'm a little down.
Yeah.
I'm down on the team. I knew going in that this was going to be a tough loss. I had no idea we would actually almost win the game. That makes it worse. I would almost rather lose spectacularly like the Buccaneers this week. Almost.
Nah. Well, yeah, maybe.
Almost.
I kind of maybe I'll get used to the crushing defeats again instead of the just narrowly getting beat by a fucking field goal thing, which was really frustrating last year. But I kind of miss scoring points
Yeah.
and having touchdowns.
Wouldn't we all miss that?
Even field goals, just points in general on the board would be really fucking nice. And at least you guys put up points.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part is that everything seemed like it was going fine until like the last 6 minutes.
Oh, for me, yeah.
Yeah. That last drive, I didn't assume anything was going wrong Because it seemed pretty simple what needed to be done.
Well, run out the clock.
Which is run out the clock.
Right.
And you just assume that Eli knows that.
Yeah.
Tom knows that.
Sure, McAdoo should know that.
The intern that's fucking holding fucking Coughlin's fucking Tums or whatever, like that. That kid knows.
Yeah, and
what to do. And so you just
thing.
assume, oh, it's a well-run organization. It's just going to take care. There's no way that they could unsuccessfully run out that clock unless they made direct play calls that were like, hey, let's stop the clock.
Well, they did make a play call where Eli was throwing on third down.
On third down. That's what I'm talking about.
And that's, yes, and that's a moment where I'm guessing McAdoo was like, well, there's no way he'll throw it out the back of the end zone. He knows he should just eat the ball. But maybe no one communicated that to Eli. And if there's anything I've learned about Eli, you should probably let him know that 1 + 1 = 2 and not... Don't assume he knows that.
Coughlin should just yell from the sidelines, like, sit!
Like a dog.
Like, sit! Like, I'm sure he would. He'd be like, what?
I assume that he would sit if someone told him to. He's obedient in that way. What I think happened is that no one told him. And I heard some rumblings that no one understood because of some penalty time stoppages on Dallas's part, that no one knew how many timeouts they had, which is an organizational problem. And there's no excuse for that. It's so dumb. It's real dumb.
How
I
much
know.
are they being paid to do this?
I know. And this is
and
one of
I'm
those
drunk
things,
on a Sunday,
and you know.
And I know, like...
But that's you're about to make the point I'm going to make, which is I rarely think the fans get it better than the coaches, get it right over the coaches. But in this one instance, I can only imagine the amount of Giants fans who were shouting at their TV, sit, Eli. And, unfortunately he couldn't hear them.
The media market went crazy.
And they should. This is the first year that Coughlin is potentially, under more scrutiny than previous years, where he could be fired or he'll retire or whatever,
Or have a heart attack on the field.
That seems plausible. I hope he won't, but that seems possible. And this is how they come out the gate with the season. It's disappointing. My heart hurts. I feel like on some level I expected a scenario where my heart would hurt. I couldn't have guessed that this would be it, but in hindsight, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'm sad.
I'm sorry, but I'm not really sorry either.
I almost think you had a worse Sunday. I do. Because you had so much hope stacked up, with Jameis. So much hope stacked there.
I mean, yeah, I wasn't expecting miracles, but...
You weren't expecting what happened.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that fucking dumpster fire. That was just fucking really bad.
Dumpster fire, indeed.
Yeah.
Somebody call the fire department.
Oh, this thing is going to be burning all season.
It's going to be 16 weeks of hot, stinky, fiery garbage. Just garbage.
And you all get to be treated to it.
Yeah.
To my reflections on that.
We're going to do maybe a shortened episode, this first episode, about, how sad our football lives are. But I think that's a good place to wrap up. Just...
Yeah, funerals should always be short.
Week 1 is a real fucking ball buster. Holy shit.
Yeah, crazy scores this week. Crazy scores.
We had Kyle on, and I know we said this wasn't a podcast about the winners, but I just want to say, fuck you, Pats fans.
Yeah, right? There is no good in this world.
I know that came out of nowhere. I know we weren't talking about it just then.
That was just like a reflex again.
Yeah.
You're like, and I didn't say fuck the Pats in this episode.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I forgot to breathe. Fuck the Pats.
Yeah.
Well, that's about it for We Suck. We suck, you suck, go fuck yourself.
Peace.
What up, dog ho? I wanna see your ass ass on the dance floor. Ain't no time to be faking trick. On the for real, I wanna see that ass, bitch. Drop it down a little low like that. Head in the front with the splat pack. Palm Beach County style from the bottom. Shake that ass and do something, ho. Splat pack in the house, stop front, yo. G-string from the back. Just shake that ass with a splat pack.
Shake that ass, bitch, and let me see what you got. Just shake that ass, bitch, and let me see what you got. Just shake that ass, bitch, and let me see what you got. Just shake that ass, bitch, and let me see what you got. No money.
Come here, girl, step to the front. Now make that asshole jump. Kid money like to get bucked. So come here, girl, cause you're about to get fucked. Black pack, be rockin' it. All the hoes